do Jacob and Jeremy Roloff not appear in Little People, Big World? Hi everyone, thank you for returning to my channel. Please click the bell symbol and subscribe to the channel for the most recent news updates. It's a family program called Little People, Big World. The whole Roloff family, nevertheless, is no longer seen on film. In 2018, Jeremy Roloff departed the program after 17 seasons. In 2016, 2 years earlier, Jacob Roloff had departed the program. Little People, Big World is still going strong, even if they aren't on it. However, what caused Jeremy and Jacob to depart the show? You might not be surprised by the responses. Little People, Big World, which debuted on TLC in 2006, followed the Roloff family and their 36-acre family farm in Helvetia, Oregon. The Roloff family consisted of Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob, as well as their parents, Matt and Amy. Zach, Amy, and Matt are all dwarfs. Jacob, Jeremy, and Molly are all of ordinary height. Jeremy and Zach are fraternal twins, despite Zach's diminutive size. The children's marriages, the birth of their children, the sale of the farm, and all the hardships in between were all featured throughout the series. With 25 seasons under its belt, it is still going strong even though it was supposed to be cancelled in 2010 after its 6th season. Jeremy Roloff of Little People, Big World began a family of his own. The Roloff family welcomed viewers into their home as they honored their family and used their program to raise awareness of underrepresented groups. Little People, Big World helped dispel stigmas, educate people about dwarfism, and share their lives with the world. It demonstrated how biology and genetics affect offspring of adults with dwarfism. In 1990, Zachary and Jeremy, twins, were born. While his brother is small, Jeremy is ordinary in height. Jeremy made the decision to leave television and his lead position on Little People, Big World in 2018. In a number of interviews after leaving, Jeremy claimed that in addition to the fact that 14 years is a long time to complete anything, he never actually agreed to do Little People, Big World. It was time to embark on new adventures and take on new challenges. Nevertheless, as this was a family-run TV production company, he continued to make appearances and cameos on the show. A love letter life, pursue creatively, date internationally, love faithfully, which Jeremy and his wife Audrey Roloff co-wrote after leaving the program, was their love story come to life. In it, they shared the history of their romance and gave advice to others about the world of love. On the Roloff family farm, the couple exchanged vows in the fall of 2014. Since the couple's May 23, 2024, arrival of their 4th child, Mirabella, Jeremy, has been in the news. The Roloff family is expanding with the arrival of baby Mirabella. Jeremy and Audrey are parents to Radley, Bode, and Ember, who were born in 2017 and 2020, respectively. Born in 2021, Jeremy removed himself from the equation and purchased a farm of his own in Hillsboro, Oregon, as a result of the ongoing family conflict surrounding the sale of the family property. Little People, Big World filmmaker Jacob Roloff talks about his trauma. The family's rebel was Jacob Roloff. He disclosed in his book Out to Sea that he left his religious high school after being expelled. Jacob Roloff's decision to leave Little People, Big World made sense. He didn't have a good experience. Jacob came out in 2020 to disclose a terrible recollection of being sexually abused by a TV producer. Jacob claimed in an Instagram post that former producer Chris Cardamone had abused him. Since he needed time and quiet to contemplate what had occurred to him as a child, he took his time telling his story. He reassured his fans and followers that the predator was solely to blame, not any of his relatives. On social media, Jacob has also expressed that his time on the show was challenging, claiming that he was paid only $6 per hour over his whole youth. Being the youngest of the Roloff family, his experience on Little People, Big World demonstrated every aspect of his childhood. Jacob reappeared after leaving the show in 2016 to announce his wife Isabel's nuptials in 2019. 2 years later, Mateo, the couple's first child, was born. Jacob's assistance to his father on the farm startled many, especially his brothers, because of his role in the family conflict. For admirers of the show, Jacob's return to the spotlight was a pleasant surprise. Although it caused division in the family, Jacob's relationship with his father had turned out to be fairly strong. Regarding his relationship with his mother, Amy has been there for her son during his struggles. In recent years, Jacob has utilized his position to raise awareness and educate people about a range of social and political issues. On LPBW, the Roloff family has been put through a lot. For the Roloff family, Little People, Big World has been a difficult journey. Intimate characteristics of the expanding family were genuinely highlighted in the series. Matt and Amy may have appeared to be the ideal family, but throughout the run, they were divorced and found other partners. Amy married Chris Merrick at the family property in 2021 after her divorce. After meeting Karen Chandler and having their story filmed for the show, Matt asked her to marry him in 2023. Although they have chosen to be friendly, Matt and Amy, like many divorced couples, have not been on the best terms with their new spouses. Because of their divergent political and personal opinions, siblings Jacob and Jeremy have had a turbulent relationship. Jacob's first engagement to his future wife, Isabel, in Iceland was weakened by Jeremy and his wife Audrey, who had previously faced criticism for her anti-gay statements. Their premarital intimacy was demonized in a post by the Christian blogger. Jacob and Audrey were prone to disagree on political issues whenever they occurred in America, and at times they even unfollowed each other. When Matt rejected Zach and Jeremy's offer to purchase a share of the family farm, the family was thrown into a terrible argument. Rather, the home has been rented out for vacations. Zach said his father's words were manipulative because they were false and misleading. Naturally, a portion of the story has been captured on camera. A large portion of the family has blamed Matt for starting the conflict and causing it, with Amy harshly criticizing her ex-husband. With the conclusion of the current season, season 25, Zach and his spouse formally departed the program. Since all four of the Roloff siblings have now formally left the program, it is unclear where the show will continue from here. In the United States, Little People, Big World can be streamed on Max. Audrey Roloff and Jeremy Roloff's family album with 4 children from Little People, Big World raising their family has been Audrey and Jeremy Roloff's main priority since leaving Little People, Big World in 2018. In September 2014, the former TLC stars got married in Oregon. With the arrival of their daughter Ember in 2017, Audrey and Jeremy had 3 children. Audrey became pregnant again in July 2019 with her second child. The next January, Bode, her and Jeremy's son, was born. Later that year, shortly after welcoming Bode, the couple became parents to their third tiebreaker kid. Our family is expanding. In July 2021, Jeremy shared this with his Instagram followers. Perhaps I can persuade Audrey to purchase a minivan right away? Early in 2023, Audrey declared she was expecting her and Jeremy's 4th child, ending any rumors of a pregnancy. The 4th baby is on the way. She wrote as the caption for an Instagram reel from November 2023. We can't wait to expand our family once more and welcome a new grommet to the team. In May 2024, they welcomed their daughter Mirabella. View Audrey and Jeremy's most endearing moments with their kids by scrolling down. Tori and Zach Roloff discuss homeschooling their 3 children. Tori and Zach Roloff talk about the possibility of teaching their 3 children at home. Zach and Tori Roloff are talking candidly about the potential to alter their kids' educational program. The former Little People, Big World stars talk about homeschooling their kids, Jackson, 7, Lila, 4, and Josiah, 2, in the most recent episode of their podcast, Raising Heights, which was published on Thursday. Take each year as it comes. Tori responds to the fans' query on whether they would be amenable to removing their children from the conventional educational system. I feel like every child is different. Every year is different. Zach goes on, I like what it does for our kids. Zach and Tori Roloff discuss whether or not to homeschool their 3 children. TLC prior to deciding to become a full-time stay-at-home mother, Tori, 33, worked as a kindergarten teacher. She refused to return to the classroom when asked whether she would. I think in today's climate, no, I would not go back to public school at least, she tells The Concept, adding, never say never. However, as a stay-at-home mother who also gets to volunteer and substitute at my children's school, I feel like I have the best of all worlds right now. She continues, I think once all of our kids are in school, I can't sit at home. Tori continued by saying that she loved the part of her job that involved spending time with the kids and disliked the demanding testing schedule that began as early as kindergarten. The former reality TV star claims that her experience teaching in the public school system altered her perspective on what she wants her kids to learn. When you're testing them all the time, and they're just 5, it was difficult, she explains. I'm talking about the rigor of school in general. Now that I'm a mom and have my kids, I just wanted them to be good people. I want them to show up to school, learn how to be in a social situation, and I don't want to test them every other day. That was very difficult for me. Zach and Tori mentioned that Jackson is quite gregarious in school, while Josiah and Lila are too young for traditional school environments. After 25 seasons, Tori and Zach formally left Little People, Big World in April. Since then, the couple has been occupied with commemorating their own life achievements alongside their kids. Zach and Tori celebrated Josiah's 2nd birthday earlier this month. Click below to learn more about Tori and Zach's family. Is the end of Little People, Big World? The Roloff family is featured in a 2008 photo from Little People, Big World, photo by TLC. About a month ago, Little People, Big World's 25th season concluded with the episode Time to Move On. Matt, Karen, Amy, and Chris take time to decompress and consider the future, reads the description. According to Wikipedia, that episode was the 394th, and it undoubtedly sounded like the series finale. However, neither the announcement nor any celebration of the show's termination were made by TLC. TLC only provided a general synopsis of the main plot points when they introduced season 25. The Roloffs are just getting into a routine when family surprises and ongoing conflict lead to new problems and inquiries. Following an unexpected proposal, Matt and Karen eagerly anticipate the future as they construct their ideal farmhouse, but they're also concerned about what that future may hold given the ongoing stress on the family. Amy and Chris are still happy in their marriage, but she is still disturbed by the conflict in the family. She chooses to organize a fundraiser and enlists the assistance of Chris, Matt, and Karen in order to support a cause that is close to her heart and to help unite the family. However, it is not long until the stress becomes apparent. With 3 children, Zach and Tori are content with their hectic lives in the meanwhile. But when Zach is taken to the hospital for emergency surgery, everything is completely upended. Ironically, after 207 episodes aired, TLC did declare the show's final season 14 years ago. Why not now, when it looks like the program is really coming to an end? In a lengthy Facebook post, Matt Roloff claimed that the family had finished our mission of educating the world on what it's like to be a little person in an average-sized world, and that they wanted to go back to running the farm and our normal lives in 2010. However, TLC came back to them with a suggestion to conduct travel-themed specials and shoot fewer episodes. Since then, the program has continued, but it feels like it's finally over now. Zach, Molly, Jeremy, and Jacob Roloff have all said that they will not be going back to the TV. According to their father, Matt, the family's filming ended in September 2023, and they are no longer under contract with TLC. I am officially not under a contract NDA, and I can speak much more freely than I've been able to for the past 20 years or so, he said in the opening of his piece. Matt commented, "Why I think there is some hesitation to announce that the show is over, in reference to the show's continuation and growth. However, the family as a whole is enjoying being away from it all after 19 to 20 years, he continued, adding that Karen and many other family members have publicly stated they are done with filming. Their family's drama has been discussed both on and off screen. Zach recently stated on his podcast that his connection with his father is not great, and not, existent, I guess. He also stated, according to Parade, the filming ended, and you just kind of give yourself some space. Matt and Amy are divorced. Amy wrote about Matt's infidelity in her book. 6 months later, however, the show airs. It somewhat reopens some old wounds. Little People, Big World star Matt Roloff. Photo courtesy of TLC. Therefore, it appears like the original show is finished at this moment, while there is always a chance that Little People, Big World, or a spin-off could return in some capacity in the future. Although Matt acknowledged that he was unable to foresee the future, he expressed his satisfaction and contentment with the run of shows and the journey we took together. The show educated tens of millions, possibly even hundreds of millions, of people worldwide, normalizing to many that people with differences are just like everyone else, he continued. Every piece of material on Reality Blurred, including links to goods or services, is carefully chosen. However, we might receive a commission if you make a purchase after clicking on an affiliate link. Find out more. Audrey Roloff and her husband Jeremy Roloff give birth to their fourth child in Little People, Big World. On May 23rd, Audrey and Jeremy Roloff, former cast members of Little People, Big World, welcomed their fourth child, a daughter named Mirabella May Roloff, into the world. Was my dream birth, and I can't wait to share the tale with you soon because so many of the things I had hoped for and prayed for during the months before came true. On Monday, May 27th, Audrey wrote a caption for a photo on Instagram. But for the time being, as a family of 6, we are enjoying every hug and getting used to life as a baby. The days in November 2023, the couple declared Audrey's pregnancy. The fourth baby is on the way. The secret is out. They shared the news with their children in an Instagram video, captioning it, "We can't wait to expand our family once more and welcome a new grommet to the team." Before leaving Little People, Big World 4 years later, Jeremy and Audrey were married in September 2014 and had 2 children, a daughter named Ember in September 2017 and 2 sons, Bode and Radley, in January 2020 and November 2021, respectively. Audrey repeatedly dispelled rumors that she was expecting before announcing her 4th pregnancy. She refuted the claims in March 2023 after sharing a picture of prenatal pills. She posted on Instagram at the time, "Whoa, you guys can relax, I'm not pregnant. I'm just taking a prenatal to get my body ready beforehand. I'm trying to get ahead of it this time because I've never taken it consistently before getting pregnant." After admirers asked Audrey about a potential baby bump 5 months later, she reiterated that she was not expecting. Really, guys? We know better than to ask this question, don't we? In August 2023,